very rare genetic disease called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypermobility type 3. And what that means is that my connective tissue doesn't work. So in your body, your tendons and ligaments are supposed to be the supportive structures that hold your body upright and help everything else. Mine are all loosey-goosey and don't work. So what that does to me is that it causes my other systems to have to work overtime in order to overcompensate for the connective tissue not working. So my muscular system basically is in constant spasm. I live in pain 24/7, some days more than others, obviously. And my spinal column is pretty much double the age that I am, is the way they've explained it to me. So I have degenerative disc disease and spinal stenosis, and my discs herniate at the drop of a hat. I've had about 7 spine surgeries so far. I'm having another one in 5 days. For my neck, they're going to fuse C4 to C7. So they're taking 3 discs out and they're going to, fuse the vertebrae together. So that's the scary one for me. But living with that disease has been sort of a consistent obstacle in my life. It's not something that I'm ever going to get over. It's something that's going to continue to get worse as I get older. Eventually, I'm most likely going to be in a wheelchair if they don't come up with some sort of miraculous stem cell whatever. Because this is something for me that is ongoing, I am continually coming up to roadblocks and having to overcome them. Another surgery and having to go through that. Another, something else breaks down and having to deal with that. I have 3 small girls at home, and so protecting them from seeing me hurt too much, I try to show my children that even though I have something so difficult, that I'm not going to lay down and die. I'm not going to fall into the depths of depression and just wallow in it. I'm going to try to make the best of the situation that, these are the cards that I've been dealt. There's nothing I can do about it. It's going to continue to get worse as I get older. And so what I have to do is make the best of a bad situation. And I hope to show them that this is what you have to do in life. You have to get up every day and you have to put one foot in front of the other, and that's just how you do it. Everyone says, well, how do you do it? How do you deal with these things that that you have to deal with? You just do. You just do, because you have no other choice. What am I going to do? Lay in my bed all day and cry? I'm not going to do that. This is the only life that I've been given, and it is what it is. And I hope that they can see through me what it looks like to persevere, what it looks like to be as tough as you can be in bad situations and to make the best of what you've been given. I had to fight for years and years and years against the medical community to take me seriously. I was just actually diagnosed at 41 years old 2 years ago. I started with pain. I was probably about 11 or 12 years old, and I said to my parents, just not feeling right. I'm sore, I'm this and that, my neck hurts, and I was trying different pillows, and something's not right. I don't feel right. I'm always tired, I don't have the energy of the other kids, and my parents, of course, blew it off like, okay, well, you must have pulled in muscle in gym class, or, you're running around with your friends all the time, and it's normal growing pains. I mean, it wasn't that they were purposefully blowing me off, they just didn't think that it was anything serious. You're a teenager and you're complaining about pain, big deal. Well, then I get into my 20s and my back really starts getting bad. And going from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor at 24, 25 years old, walking into a doctor's office saying you have back pain, no, they think all you want is the Vicodin. And I've been accused of that several times, being a drug seeker. So no, I don't want the pills. I want you to fix me. I want you to find out what the hell is going on with me and do something about it. I'm not here looking for drugs. I'm not here looking for a Band-Aid. I want you to figure me out, and nobody cared to do that. It was about, not until my first daughter, I had my first child, I was 33 years old, and For any of the women out there that have children, you know that when you're pregnant, your connective tissue loosens up on purpose in order to be able to deliver the baby. Your hips open up. Well, that's a disaster for me because it's now loosening up even worse than it already is. So every pregnancy that I've had, and I have 3 children, has made me worse and worse and worse. And so, of course, I didn't know that was going to happen at the time. When I was 33 years old, had my first child, she was about 3 months old, and I leaned over into the crib to pick her up, and I just felt this shock, like this electric shock down the back of my legs, and I went, oh, whoa, what the heck is that? Well, I called my doctor, explained that to them, and somebody finally decided to do an MRI on me. And then went to go sit at the doctor's office and read the MRI results, and they went, oh my goodness, you have this and this and this and this and this and this and this wrong with you. And I said, I've been telling you that now for what, 12 years? Hello? I know that. I know there's things wrong with me. I've been telling you there's things wrong with me. So the surgery started then. I've had 7 spine surgeries right now. I've had 5 hernia surgeries. I think I said this earlier, but I'm gonna have another one in 5 days on my neck. And it's going to continue because as I have, you know, a disc herniates, and then you do something minor to fix it, and if you need a fusion, then the ones above and below it have to overcompensate for the area that's now fused, and so they're going to go downhill. It's just going to be an ongoing thing. And so in my early 30s, surgery started happening. They were just treating what they knew was there, which was the degenerative disc disease and the spinal stenosis, which is pinching my spinal cord. And so they knew that was causing pain here and there. But even after surgery, it would fix the electric shocks, but it didn't fix the rest of me that I thought it was going to. I was still in constant pain. Not until I had my 3rd daughter, because I was older than 35, they sent me to a genetic counselor to determine whether or not the baby would have any genetic disorders. When you're older, sometimes there's a higher risk for these things. And the genetic counselor went through all of my husband's history and my history, and she said, okay, well, you know, I think your baby's gonna be okay, but you need to go see a genetic counselor because all of these things individually are what they are individually. But when you put them together, that's a pretty big red flag for a genetic connection there. These things don't just happen all together because there's pretty much something wrong with every system in my body. I have PCOS and I have a heart valve thing. And so I went to the genetic counselor, and within 10 minutes she had me diagnosed, which was both wonderful and horrible at the same time. You know, it's a double-edged sword of, here I am finally getting the validation of, oh my God, there's a name for this. There is something that I can say to people, this is it, this is what I have, and they will go, oh, okay, now we get it. And I mean, the difference in just even my regular doctors who respected me and took me seriously, the difference in them once I gave them that diagnosis was night and day, night and day. And that was great. Because again, it's a validation of, I'm not crazy. I'm not making this all up. It's not in my head. I'm not a hypochondriac. I'm not a drug seeker. I'm not all these things that people have told me I am over the years. But at the same time, the opposite end of that is that there's nothing they can do about it, and it's gonna get worse over time. And my kids might have it, which is the worst thing in the world. They have a 50-50 chance of having this, and they can't be tested until they're 7 years old, and I'm not going to test my oldest child because she is so worried about me at all times, and she is hyper aware of what I am going through, and I just don't want to scare her because there's nothing they can do about it for her even at this age. So until they come up with some sort of advancement, I don't see the point in putting them through that fear of watching me 30 years older than them, 35 years older than them, going through what I'm going through, and them thinking in their little heads, oh my gosh, that's gonna be me when I'm older. I don't want that. I can't have that. So, again, I'm just trying to protect them from everything that I can protect them from. I feel like I have this deadline hanging over me, and I have to do the things that I can before, and I don't think I'm gonna die. I don't think that that's what that means, but it's a very big obstacle that I have to face now, and it's probably the biggest one that I've had to face. And so I try to take those on one at a time, and this is the one that I'm taking on now. So sort of all my focus is spending the best time that I possibly can with my kids before that, so that when I'm laid up for a month with a neck brace on, that they can handle that, you know, and yeah, that's sort of where I am at the moment.
Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Jarrett Martino, and I'm the creator of Inner Warrior, turning pain into positives, and we're creating a tribe of warriors. If you'd like to submit your story for our blog or an upcoming shoot, please email us at stpvoice@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to connect with us on social media. Thanks so much.